Scientists descended into complete darkness. No sunlight, no oxygen. Nothing should survive down there. But when they reached the bottom, they found something impossible. Life. Not just one organism, thousands. And most of them had never been seen before. This isn't a distant planet or a frozen wasteland. This is happening right now, beneath the ocean. Let's break it down. In the South China Sea, there's a hole. But not just any hole. It's called Dragon Hole, or Yongle Blue Hole if you want the official name. And it's massive. We're talking about a vertical underwater cave that drops more than 980 feet straight down into the ocean floor. That's taller than the Eiffel Tower. Imagine standing at the edge of it, looking down. No visible bottom, just a column of darkness disappearing beneath the waves. And whatever's down there has likely been cut off from the surface world for thousands of years. Scientists expected the deepest layers to be dead zones, too hostile, too unstable. They assumed there would be nothing living there. They were wrong. When researchers sampled the water, they didn't find emptiness. They found an ecosystem, microscopic life thriving in conditions that should have killed it. And inside that ecosystem, they identified roughly 1,700 viruses. 1,700. Most of them completely unknown to science. Now you might be thinking, okay, viruses in the ocean. So what? Here's why that's a problem. Viruses can't reproduce on their own. They need hosts, which means for this many viruses to exist in one place, there has to be a massive, diverse, active community of life. All of it packed into an environment with almost no oxygen. That shouldn't work. But here's the strange part. Some life doesn't need oxygen. Instead, it runs on chemistry, sulfur, methane, compounds that are toxic to us, but fuel to them. Deep inside Dragon Hole, bacteria are using these chemicals to produce energy. Not efficiently, not quickly, but enough to survive. And once bacteria can survive, viruses can too. They infect these microbes, sometimes killing them, sometimes changing them, and sometimes helping them survive. That relationship isn't simple. It's dynamic, constantly shifting, constantly experimenting. And Dragon Hole may have been sealed long enough for this entire system to evolve on its own. Which brings us to the most unsettling part. Some of these viruses carry genes they shouldn't have, genes usually found only in living cells, genes involved in metabolism, in stress resistance, even in DNA repair. That's unusual. Viruses are supposed to be minimal, lean, focused only on replication, but these weren't. They were carrying tools, moving genes between organisms, accelerating evolution, turning Dragon Hole into a biological test lab, a place where survival strategies are tested in real time. And the results stay locked below, for now. And this is where the discovery stops being just about the ocean. Because places like Dragon Hole aren't unique. They're just the few we've actually looked at. Most of the planet is still a mystery. And some of the most extreme environments haven't been touched at all. Which forces scientists to ask a much bigger question. If life can thrive here, what else might be alive in places we've never explored? Astrobiologists pay very close attention to discoveries like this, because Dragon Hole looks a lot like other worlds. Oceans sealed beneath ice, cut off from sunlight, powered entirely by chemistry. If life can build ecosystems like this on Earth, then it doesn't need friendly conditions to exist. It just needs energy and time. A lot of time. Which brings the mystery back to us. Because we don't yet know what most of these viruses actually do. We don't know how many more exist. And we don't know what happens when isolated systems like this begin to change. Because change is coming, the ocean is warming, chemistry is shifting, and ancient ecosystems may not stay sealed forever. Dragon Hole didn't just give us 1,700 new viruses, it gave us a warning that life is far more adaptable than we ever imagined, and far less predictable. If entire ecosystems can hide beneath our oceans, what else is waiting in places we've barely begun to explore? If this story sparked your curiosity, share it with someone who loves mysteries as much as you do. There's always more beneath the surface.